Uh, let's take a listen, America. Let's take a listen to this.
Comedian Steve Harvey is speaking out about the backlash over his meeting with President elect Trump.
A lot of y'all hurt me. I didn't expect the backlash to be so vicious, but I also understand that if I'm gonna keep getting stabbed at, then at least while you stabbing me, you should understand my intent for even taking the meeting in the first place. I'm from the hood. I've been trying to do my part for years for boys and girls.
Harvey called into his own syndicated radio show after social media exploded with criticism over his get-together at Trump Tower. He was also mocked on Saturday Night Live.
It's me, Steve Harvey. Yeah, I do government now. Does this bode well for our country? Survey say.
Harvey's wife, Marjorie, is coming to his defense, writing on Instagram, "Doing the right thing sometimes isn't popular, but it's okay. You always make me proud."
America. Black America. Where y'all at? Steve, can I talk to you? Can I talk to you, Steve? Can I talk to you a little bit, brother? All right, Steve, here's the problem. For one, Steve, you are a public figure. You're a comedian. You've been around for the longest. Two, you are very wealthy, a self-made man for the most part. You're looked at by a lot of women because
This is Jeff. Jeff
the
has a
way
few things
that
in life he isn't sure about, like how to ask out Joanna. I'm just trying to work out the best way to do it.
The way you catered your profession, you catered towards, women, so on and so forth. Although you do have men's professional suits out there, so on and so forth. But the point is, you've been around for a very long time. I never thought you were funny, but nonetheless, you've been in the business for a long time. At the Apollo, so on and so forth. Recently you said something about Chinese men on one of your shows. You thought it was funny, and you was talking about how do black women date Asian men, and you were like, no. And I'm like, well, maybe you see, this is what makes me realize, Steve, that you have a serious disconnect to black people. You made your money off of us, but once you got so far, I'm from the hood, but I'm not in the hood, and I no longer associate with the hood. But it's not necessarily the hood; it's black people on the whole. Because a lot of people who are coming at you don't live in the hood, Steve. The problem is you're disconnected. Because when you said that about Asian people, I'm like, do you not know that there are a lot of black women who date Asians now? There are a lot of black men who date Asians now. Like, I mean, that is a thing. Like Blasian babies, that's a culture. Kimora Lee, hello, her, Russell Simmons, yeah, you know what I'm saying. But nonetheless, it lets me know that you just fly off the mouth with anything, and I don't think you think about it because you're disconnected. You don't live here, so you're not connected. You are what I would consider corporate America. It's not necessarily white America, because there are a lot of black people in corporate America who don't necessarily associate with other black people because they associate corporate America with being white because it's professional, and black people with being hood because they're not professional. So once they get into corporate America, they think they are above where they come from. There's the correlation. And you are one of those people to me. I never liked your shows. I never will like your shows. I know that you used to cheat on your wife, then you wrote a book about, women doing something stupid. And I'm like, why would I listen to you if I was a woman to get advice on how to be good to a man? Think like a man? It's like, well, you know what, Steve? Your advice, they took your advice. They think like men now. They go around screwing more guys than guys go around screwing women. It's flip-flop now. Thank you very much, Steve Harvey, for your insight on how to be an adulterer. Thank you. Thank you very much, because now you can look at a woman now and be like, oh man, she looks good. But you're like, you know what? She'll probably cheat on me with my best friends. Make a whole mockery of it, take me to court, and I'll end up going to jail. So there that is, Steve. Thank you very much. This is the reason why I'm single now, because I don't trust no woman, not one woman walking this earth. I don't trust them. Thank you, Steve. Anyway, to get to this whole thing about Donald Trump, Steve, if you didn't notice what happened with Donald Trump when he took that meeting of all of these so-called preachers, 100 preachers, and what came out of that meeting? Absolutely nothing. As a matter of fact, more chaos came out of it than anything. This is when he was running for president. That meeting was a sham. That meeting was a stunt, is what it was. And T.I., I don't listen to your music, but I'm with you on what you said, bro. I'm with you 100%. Matter of fact, let's tune into some of what T.I. said, because this was interesting. Commercial. But T.I. went in and was talking about how it's all a setup. And I'm with T.I. on that, because I believe it is a setup. 100% setup. So let's listen to what some of T.I. had to say.
Man, happy King Day to you.
Happy King Day to you,
man,
too.
I'm just getting up, and I'm seeing all this stuff on TV, man. Look, I'm going to tell all you celebrities, black, minority, all of you, man, athletes, man, all of you, look, let me tell you something. There's a strategic plan that people are trying to make you a part of, okay? So do not accept any invitation to have any meeting, no matter how positive you think the outcome may be.
Right.
Without understanding, man, people have a very Willie Lynch agenda.
Preach.
Okay? And you being there, being seen with them, taking pictures and smiling and being positive, it may seem positive to you, but there's a hidden agenda, man.
That's right.
And you might not know it, but now you have been warned. Do not go in there unless you have a strategy or you with John Lewis or somebody who can represent us.
Right.
Okay, man.
Okay, now I'm just going to take that right there. So he's talking about the whole Willie Lynch. If you don't know what Willie Lynch letter is about, it's pretty much how to divide black people and keep them divided. How to beat the father in front of the son so the son will be afraid of the master. How to beat the mother and make her make the daughter afraid. It's how to beat the husband in front of the wife, in front of the whole family, in front of the whole clan. How to tell each other that one is against the other. This is a whole thing that even spread further than America. If you go into what happened in Rwanda, the Hutsis and the Tutsis, or whatever their names was, they've killed each other by the hundreds of thousands, in civil war constantly. Because of one reason. The Dutch told them that there's a difference between each of them, so they go to war with them while the Dutch collects all the diamonds and brings the diamonds over here and sells them to you goofy people. This is why I don't wear diamonds. Nonetheless, the Dutch told the Hutsis and the Tutsi that they're different from each other and they shouldn't like each other, but the only difference between them is their nose. And so they slaughter each other in mass numbers because of this. And the Dutch gave them guns, so on and so forth. But it comes to turn out that they're the same people. So this whole divide and conquer thing is real. And this is something that I believe Donald Trump is all about. Now, just because he holds office, listen. Oh my God, people. Donald Trump is so deplorable. But what's even crazier is, listen, just because the Electoral College gave Donald Trump the office, you have to understand, the Electoral College is a group of like 28 people who puts in their votes of their so-called super delegates who put in their vote, and that's what America goes with. Listen, Donald Trump was not voted in by the people. So Steve Harvey, listen, we, the people, do not condone Donald Trump even being in the office. We don't, Steve. This is how disconnected you are. Donald Trump lost the presidency by the popular vote by over 3 million people. That's a lot of people. We don't really want him there. No, man. And then when you supposed to be representing black people in some kind of odd way, since you made most of your money off of us in the beginning, and then made a lot of your money in corporate and TV and so on, and selling your books to black people and all this other garbage. Nonetheless, look, I ain't mad at you for making your money. I'm not mad at you at all. Make your money, bro. I'm not hating on you at all. I'm just hating on some of the things that you do, and you think it's okay and that we should accept it. No. I mean, no. I don't accept that stupid book you wrote. I don't accept anybody going and being on Donald Trump's side for anything, because he really isn't supposed to be there. Now, look, I understand that we have to come together as a nation. I understand that. I understand that we cannot help that Donald Trump is in office. We can't do a damn thing about that. Not unless he gets his own self impeached, which will probably happen because he's a criminal. But nonetheless, we as black people, we can't do nothing about it. We go knock on a White House door, we're going to be met with force, and they'll probably kill a bunch of us, because that's what they've been doing. Poisoning the water, shooting us all the time. This is what they do. And this is the reason why black people don't really want to see Donald Trump in there. Truthfully, I'd rather see Michelle Obama in there. She is my number one candidate for presidency. And that's just the damn truth. But nonetheless, so Steve, you need to wake up, and maybe you should go to Michigan and hang out down there where they poisoned the water and see what happened to those people. And you might say, well, that has nothing to do with it, Steve. It has everything to do with it. Because those are poor people. Those are poor white and black people who live in that neighborhood, and those politicians got away with that. Do you think Donald Trump is going to do something about that? No. See, this is the problem. How many thousands of people, black people, died by the hand of police while Obama was in office? Do you think Donald Trump is going to go and get those police officers and put them in jail? No. The point is that they keep killing us, and they keep doing all kind of, they do anything to us. They get from chemtrails down to Planned Parenthood. They keep destroying us, destroying our lives. They keep putting incendiary thoughts in our heads with this stupid music. They keep doing it. They keep shooting us at point blank range. They keep doing it, Steve, and nothing is being done about it. Nothing. We do not want that white racist in office, because that's exactly what he is. He has no connection with black people, and Steve, you don't seem to have any connection with them either. And that's where the real shame comes in. You from the hood, but that doesn't give you a damn bit of credibility if you don't know what's going on there. I'm sorry, Steve. I have no love for anybody visiting Donald Trump unless Donald Trump is actually going or has a plan to go into these neighborhoods and remove these crooked police, like in Ferguson and now in Chicago, where they've actually, the police were the ones putting those guns on the avenue, and then they dilapidate and suck all the money out of those places where the majority of black people live. And when you suck all the money out, then people by nature turn to what they can do, and then they start selling drugs. Now, that's not an excuse to sell drugs, but nonetheless, they start selling drugs. They start shooting each other. Not everybody shooting each other is a drug dealer. Some people are just trying to live, like the 4-year-old boy who got shot at the bus stop. He was just trying to get on the bus, and they shot and killed him. So listen, these cops are doing terrible, terrible things to those people in Chicago. This is the real reason why almost 800 people died so far, in 1 month. I mean, or got shot in 1 month. So let's not act like nothing's going on, Steve. This is the problem. We're frustrated. We're tired. We are at our wits' end. We did not vote for him to be in there. We don't know what else to do, nowhere to turn. We are getting shot in front of our family, and nobody's doing anything. And the last person we think is going to do something is Donald Trump. They're shooting our children. They're killing our children. These cops were shooting at a van full of children. For what? Those children didn't have a weapon, and there was only one woman in the car, and she didn't have a weapon. Steve, we don't want to hear it. We don't want to hear it from Donald Trump, because he doesn't belong there. He is not for the people. He was elected by a small group of people who control America. And we know that the racism and the hate is going to not only continue, it's going to escalate, because it already has. And that's just the truth.